Morning folks, it's a perky one this morning. It is, look at that, stunning, what a stunning morning. Anyway, I had other plans today, but we need to get out with the camera, don't we? We need to get out with the camera, but we need to give you an update as well, because we've been busy. We've been busy doing stuff, but I've got to take advantage of this weather this morning. It's beautiful. So we're going to nip down, we're going to get one of the hides. I think we're going to get the little V6 out, and we're going to go up to on the meadow setup. Now, let's have a look. Let's get look at all hides, ridiculous. Anyway, I can't remember which one's the V6. Anyway, we'll get this, and then we'll have a wander up there and show you what's going on. Right, sorted. That's the hide and our little chair. So as I said, we're going to go up to on the meadow setup. So I've currently got 2 feeding stations going at the moment. This setup up here. Let's have a wander up here. Now we're watching the longtails on here this morning. So we've got this set up here, and that's the one we can see from the house. That's the nearest one. So I'm going to take these down this morning. I'm just going to kind of disable this station, if you will, because all the birds, well, a lot of them will be on here. I mean, the other one, you can just see over the hedge. Where are we? It's literally, yeah, it's just there. Where you can see me pointing. It's not far away, so they actually fly across the field back and forward. But if I limit the amount of food here just this morning, we'll put it all back later when we're finished. It'll hopefully hold them over at that side. So I'm going to actually take these fat balls with me, because the longtails were on these this morning. We'll take this other big feeder down. There we go. That's just took itself down because I've just dropped it. So now there's about a bucket full of seed for the mice and the balls, of which there are a lot around here. Yeah, we'll come back, grab the camera, and then work out the best place to put this hide. This is fantastic. It's like a dream, this, because ordinarily I'm loaded up like a pack horse, and if I forgot anything, that's it, you forgot it, haven't you? You know, I'm usually on someone else's permission on a farm or whatever, but I'm actually on my own little setup, which is, I still can't get my head around it really. It's amazing to keep pinching myself. So let's have a wander up here. So this setup, I haven't done anything to it really since I started it. It's only pretty basic. It's just some logs and branches that were lying about. Let's have a look. So let's take these. We'll take these fat balls over. Just plonk them on there. So that's the setup. Big horizontal, bit of a post there. That's more of a kind of consolidating it all, and a few branches. Nothing particularly photogenic, but it's just a case of getting the birds in here. That's all it is. It's just a feeding station. Now the other day, I'll put the footage up now. I put a little trail cam on here, just on that post, so it was looking down the setup, and we had the sparrowhawk coming on this. Just sat there he was, absolutely stunning, beautiful bird. So I'm hoping that if we keep, feeding this, which we will do, especially this time of year, the birds are dependent on it, that the sparrow may become a regular visitor, you never know. But if he does, we'll put some nicer perches up and see what happens, eh? That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Get him coming in regularly. This particular log that I found, it's got a nice big split in it, so you can put a bit of seed in there. I'm not going to bother putting any pots on today. It's not about that. It's just a case of, you know, working my distances out. Just getting behind the camera. I've missed it. I haven't been doing a lot of photography. Honestly, when you get somewhere like this, and there's jobs to do, there's stuff to get on with, and getting the place set up, I just haven't had time to get the camera out, which has been a shame really. But this morning, it calls for it. So that's the plan this morning. I was thinking maybe I might move something a bit closer, but what I'm going to do, we're going to have a do with 300, but I'm going to stick to the 500. When I come down the back here, there's some, I'm always looking for nice perches and that, but there's a lot of this, like reindeer lichen. You focus on it there. And I believe it's an indicator of air quality. You go up Scotland, you go up on the west coast, and it's thick with it. The forest, it's amazing stuff, but there's some fantastic branches with this reindeer lichen on it. So I'm gonna find a decent one, because there's a lot of longtails about, and there's also a flock of bullfinches about, which I haven't really photographed bullfinches, to be honest. I've had a couple of distance shots, but nothing, nothing decent. So what we're going to do, those existing branches that we've got set up, I think that one there on the right, we'll find a nice mossy perch, put that on, and just see what we get coming in. The bit, so that's all too busy. We'll just, if we get anything on there, it'll end up obstructed. There'll be branches in the way and all sorts. So this is the bit that I'm interested. We're going to anchor it there. We've got that, and then we've got this nice thin end, if you will. Right, so we've done all that work, got all that sorted. There's a blue tit on it already. Literally a minute after we've set it up. You want to get your backgrounds right. This is day one stuff. But there'll be people watching this who've not watched my films before, so this is the most basic setup you can do. Anyone can do this in the back garden. It's just now I'm lucky enough to have a bigger back garden. So straight on the branch there. I wish I could show it you, but yeah, down on that log as well with them fat balls. So we want to get the distance right. I've already tested this with the 500, and it's bang on for the distance. But it can make a massive difference where if I sight the hide 4 foot that way, 4 foot that way, bang in the middle. My background's changing constantly, so I want to get that right. So all I'm going to do, the actual chair that I'm going to sit on with my little tragopan chair, not going to put the hide up yet. I'm just going to get my camera, sit here, and I want a nice distant background. Throw that out. I'm going to probably shoot wide open. It's quite overcast today, and that's perfect there. Absolutely perfect. I've not got any sky in the background. I don't want a light background. I want that nice contrast between the bird and the dark background. Great tit there on the post straight away. Yeah, that's ideal. So I'm just going to set it up here and get cracking. this particular site, it isn't perfect because we are on a slope. I think what I will probably do, well, I'm going to put a permanent hide up here anyway, but I have a couple of stagings, so I will probably put a level staging up here. If I want to do this kind of stuff again before I put the big hide up, I can then, you know, I'm on a level base. I like being on a nice level platform, if you will. We're not going to bother with any fancy flash concealment today. We don't need it because they're already on the feeders already. But we're just going to put the V6 up. We don't need the rain hood up. Dead quick to deploy this thing. There we go. So we've been in about, I don't know, half an hour. Had a load of birds down. Not had any woodpeckers or anything. Well, we have had something unusual. Unusual for me. We've had a willow tit down. Now, I've never photographed them before. They have a solid black cap on the head. We never used to get them round near us, but obviously there's a few round here, so that's really nice to see. Got a few little stills on. They've been mostly down on the ground in the grass, so I'm hoping I've got a couple of nice shots of them. But I don't know, we've had an hour. It's just fantastic to get behind the camera again. Like I said, we move in and all that. I've just not neglected it, but it's just not been possible. So we've had another agenda, you know. But yeah, fantastic to have this little setup. It's only a temporary thing. The reason was just get it knocked up and see what's about, really. Get some feed down and see what's knocking about. Fantastic to have that male sparrowhawk in. That'll be fantastic if we can get him coming down regularly. You know, if we get this feeding station, keep it regularly fed, get all these little birds coming in, and obviously there's a food source then for the sparrowhawks. So I've got a few images. I just put another branch up. I put a nice mossy one up. We'll give it another maybe half an hour. Settings wise, we'll spin it. Let's have a look on the back of the camera. So there we go. We're just pretty fast. We're on a light's a bit dull today, so we're on 1/800th of a second. We're shooting wide open. I'm going to say get that nice image separation, and we're on ISO 1000. We're just underexposing by 0.3 of a stop. There's just in a few spots of rain, which is disappointing. So we'll give it another half an hour, and then what we'll do, we'll give you a bit of an update. We'll have a bit of a wander around and show you what we've been up to on the wildlife homestead. Right, we've had an hour or so in the hide. Brilliant to see them willow tits. That's ace. I need to get some boxes made, big time. So as we said, that's our little setup. Just got the V6. Good stuff. Right, let's have a wander around, because you know we've been busy. We've been doing stuff, and obviously not getting out with the camera. Spin you around. Post set up there. Got the trail cam, hoping to get some. Well, it'd be nice to get an owl down there, wouldn't it? It'd be really nice to get the owls on there. When we were staying at my auntie's, that very post, I put that down in the field and just left it. And within a couple of days, I actually had 2 tawny owls on it one night on the same post. I'll put the footage up now. We had, what else did we have on it? We had a buzzard on it, we had barn owls and kestrel as well. So just shows you, doesn't it? You know, you put something up and they'll come. So moving on down here into the orchard bit, we've been doing some trimming. We've been getting these fruit trees trimmed. Just nothing too drastic, nothing, you know, to shock the trees. We've took the crown out of this one, and we've a bit more to do on that. Planted a nice little plum tree there. Oh, talking about trees, we've actually got some of our bare rootstock trees in, so there you go. It's hardly a sequoia, a giant redwood tree, is it? But we've actually put 30 of them in. Well, we put 10 rowans in, we put 10 crab apples, and we put 10 wild cherry in. It was quite funny actually, because we ended up putting bare rootstock trees in because they're so much cheaper. They were, for 30 trees, it was 26 quid. And so I ordered these 30 trees, you know, and some of them, they were like 4 foot tall, and I'm thinking, 30 trees, do we need the trailer? Or are we going to get them in the back of the car? Anyway, we ummed and ahed, and we decided not to take the trailer, which was a good job, because the lady at the nursery, she came out and basically just handed me them in one hand. They were so small, they were just like a single whip, if you will. We'd have looked a right couple of puddings if we took that big trailer there. But yeah, as it was, got them back, got them planted within a couple of days. So they're going to take a bit to get established, but that's fine. We're here for the long haul. You know, potted trees, they're not cheap. They were coming out at like 48 quid for a tree the same size, but in a pot. So that weren't happening. We've got them, they're in now. So what we'll do, we'll have a wander up here, up the lane, show you what we've been up to. Now, I had a few trail cams down, checked them the other night. Let's put the footage, well, I'll put the footage on in a minute, but this is a nice little spot down here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get me spade, and I'm going to start just making a little bit of a level track, because it's a little bit treacherous, this path. I think this is probably my favourite part of the wood. I came down the other day, you can see there, I've just started levelling it a bit, just to make it a bit easier to navigate through. But look at that. That's cool, isn't it? Now I had the trail camera, just had it here on this rock, and we ended up, I'll put it on now, we had the badger. So we had a badger crossing over the stream, and we also had a fox down, and we also had a tawny owl just up there on a stump. So I couldn't believe that when I checked the footage. I've got badgers in my garden and foxes, so that's cool. Well chuffed with that. So I'm just looking for signs all the time. Here we go. That's probably a pesky squirrel, but this is where I saw the tawny owl on the trail camera. I think it was on there. So it's a nice spot, this. I was walking up to get the post the other night, and I could hear the owls. I just looked up, managed to get a shot on my phone. Lovely tawny owl sat up in the oak tree. So bags of potential for the tawnies, but it's brilliant to see that the badgers are knocking about. That's going to be superb for the camera trapping job. Can't wait to get going with that. But there's just so many jobs so many jobs and the days are short. But anyway, we've got head torches, haven't we? Right, so this, another little job that I've been on with. So this piece of woodland here, there's a lot of dead standing, well, there's a few dead standing, but they have actually got these trees down here, down the side of the track. They've got ash dieback. The tops of the trees are all dead and they've grown in between the fence, so I've been taking the fence out and cutting them down and opening all this little woodland up. You can see the big piles of wood that I've taken out. Started clearing some of the briars as well, and really letting the light come back to the woodland floor. You know, it'd be fantastic to see bluebells in here and whatever other species there are about, because woodlands, they need managing. You can't just let them go wild and do their own thing. You've got to nurture them and look after them. You can see here all these are all ash trees that have self-seeded. I've cut them off. These will be getting dug out. You know, they just get super leggy and overgrown, and it's not good. So another job we're on with. I mean, this is, when you look down there's some fantastic boughs. I mean, look at that there, you know, for a sparrowhawk or a buzzard to get perched on. That'll be a good spot to get a little hide set up. So yeah, we're on with this. What we'll do now, we shall head down to the barn, show you what we've been doing with that. There's our big pile of wood you saw in the last film, drying out nicely. That's going to be ace. That's going to be ace for building them hides. So, ton of wood there. That's obviously one for the near future. Right, down to the barn. Now, I've had to do things in order. I couldn't. It'd be great, wouldn't it, just to sit in the woods and watching for badgers and foxes all day long. But you can't do it. Not with a place like this. There's certain things that I had to get done in a certain order. So this was a big job. I had to get the barn sorted. When we moved all the stuff from where we lived last time, it literally filled that up. I came in after we'd moved it all. It was depressing, honestly. But I can't function without a workshop. I need to get a workshop up and running, and you know, we've cracked it. We're on with it. So it's not the best light in here, but nice big workbench. I've got my table saw. I've got everything kind of how I like it. Loads of storage. I've got another bench there, pillar drill, bandsaw, all the stuff I need. All the stuff I need to make things, because there's jobs to do around the place. I've got to make the hides. I want to get back into, you know, making walking sticks. I need to get back into that. That's me actually, that is my best video. That is my most popular video. It's supposed to be a wildlife photography channel, is this, and my best film is a walking stick film, but it's what it is. So we've got loads of willow and hazel on the land, so we'll be getting back into that at some point. But yeah, workshop up and running, fantastic, because I need to get some boxes made. Now we're on, what are we, 3rd of March today. We've missed the owls. I've missed the boat with that, because the tawny owls will be probably laying this week. Actually, first week in March they start laying roundabout. So next year that'll be that job. But for now, we want to get some boxes made for pied flycatchers, red storks, get them up in the woods. Hopefully we'll get some summer migrants down. So going back to the garden, we've obviously got this area here. We've just put these up for now. We've put some canes up, just marking out really. We're going to have like a productive part of the garden. So this bit, we're going to fence it off. So along that line of of canes that you can see there, and then this side of the garden is going to be for growing. We're going to have raised beds, probably put another polytunnel up in here, you know, grow some of our own stuff, chickens, that's for that bit, and then the rest of it, all that up there, that's all going to be rewilded, wildlife, etc, etc. So a weekend, had my sister down and her partner Michael. So Rachel and Michael, big shout out to them. They did some good work while they were here. We had a morning, Sunday morning I think it were, we were grafting, trying to get all this wood off the deck. Loads of wood around this place. I need to get it up and get it dried. Some of this is fantastic, you know, big lumps of larch, like weather lapping if you will, weather boarding, and we can use that for the hides. Just getting organised. It looks a mess, but it's tidier than it was before. Coming down the side, again, another major job I had to get done was getting this wood store right, because as I've mentioned, we need a lot of wood at this place because it runs all the heating system. So this side of it, that was all hay racks. They had to come out. It'd have been nice to have kept them, but they just weren't practical. So we took the hay racks out. I put some racking up for the constructional timber. It's all nice and dry under here, so any wood that I have, that can be dried. I'll probably use that for constructing the hides again. I've got a great load of plywood there that we're going to be using for making bird boxes, barn owl boxes, whatever, not barn owl, tawny owl boxes. And we've got the log store up and running. So all that wood that you saw before, where we're clearing that woodland out, that'll all get processed for firewood. And again, another one here, so this will be stacked 7 foot, 8 foot. You've got to think 2 years in advance when you've got a big wood burner like that. So we'll have some of the wood drying out, some will be seasoned already. We've opened the back up, let some airflow through. This was all boarded out, so you need a good airflow to dry your timber out. You don't want it going damp. And then we're going to sort out this guttering, because that guttering is doing out at the moment. And there's a lot of water just runs down here and soaks this path wet through. So we're going to have to redirect that rainwater probably into the stream. You can see the big old roof on the barn. So that's another job on the list. Right, we're going to have a walk. I'll tell you what I'm going to show you. Because it's so sloped, this ground, it's hard to show you really. I mean, you can probably get more of an idea there when I look at a sideways view. It's quite steep going up into the orchard. So I've been using this bit of a path going round, and I'm thinking of leveling it off. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm going to level this off because again it's sloping and I don't want to be going on my backside all the time. Whether to put like a wood chipping path in, or I'm not sure yet. But this is going on to the front garden. We mentioned about this is all going to get rewilded. We've been taking some of the bushes out. That would graft. Whew. Nice big pile of wood there. That's going to get left. Brilliant for the wrens. I'm going to leave that in at the back. I know it's a formal bush, and that one as well, that big hebe, but the wrens, they love it. They'll be nesting in that. We've taken any big bushes out because we want to have a clear view up there. So two minds whether to put a two-sided hide up there. Not sure yet, but the thing is, we're just watching all the time, putting trail cams up and seeing what's about. This corner is absolutely alive with birds. You can see them all in there at the moment. Load of sparrows, bullfinches, all sorts of stuff. That's what we've put up there. We've put a nice big post up there. Buzzard or an owl would be nice on that, wouldn't it? But, and you know, you never know, we might get sparrowhawks. Just the fact that we've got that little feeding station up there and there's so many small birds, we've a good chance of getting raptors in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a trail cam on there, leave it up there for a week and see what's about. And I think, is that it? I think that's it really. Yeah, that's what we've been up to. Say we've been busy. and it's great to get a bit of a break in the weather. Oh, it's been so wet, the ground is actually drying out. We've had a couple of days where it's not rained, and fantastic to get behind the camera again. You know, first little session, all right, it was only an hour, but to see them willow tits, that's fantastic. I didn't know we had them around here, so that's a bonus. Great just to get behind the camera again. You know, we're getting a little bit rusty, to be honest, but we've been busy, haven't we? So anyway, I'll tell you what we're doing. We're going to the photography and video show on the 18th, and I think it's the Monday that I'm going. So I'm going to see Tom Mason's there, I think. I like what Tom does, so we'll have a listen to him, but have a good mooch around. I've never been before, never been to the, it might be, I don't know, I'm not going to take my wallet, I know that. I believe there's a lot of stuff there, a lot of gear. So yeah, we'll have a good mooch around. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be interesting. So if you're going, you never know, I might bump into you. But right, I need to get busy. Right, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I'll put a little thing down here. All right, so all you have to do, subscribe to the channel. Don't cost you a penny, but it does the channel a world of good. The more subscribers, the better for me. So I appreciate all the people that watch the videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Catch you later.